auf, siehst du es?
Yes.
Der rote Punkt.
Yes.
Da kannst du hier einschalten. Rot ist Stop und Go.
Yes, I know.
Ne? Und da siehst du mich wunderbar. Ich bin ja so hübsch, wenn ich alleine da sitze. Oder nach dem Baden. When I take a bath. And after, when my lovely one give me a whole body massage, don't think about. We are very serious. Ne? Don't think about that. My must try now to be
Vlogger.
what you call this, a blogger in YouTube. And that's it. Good, I appreciate this because this is always a learning and a motivation to do something for your own. And a side effect, I have many contact with some other people. You can talk with them. You can learn from some, and it takes the time to be a little bit more professional, but
It's a part of learning.
it's a part of learning.
Yes.
So all is a part of learning.
Yes.
Same when you have a difference from 40 years. My wife and me, we are 40 years.
Think over what you said.
We are 40 years. She's 40 years younger than me. But
We have 40 years gap.
what is love?
Gap.
Love is when you're growing together. And I know also, we have this in Germany. This is my home country. And there was some biologist there make some experience. He said, I can cross a birn on the apple tree. And he cut some parts of the tree, small one, and he connected a stick from a birn tree. He connected it to an apple tree, and he isolated this and taped this with hearts so that no insect or some oxygen or whatever can come there. And after a while, they was growing together. And this take, I think 2 or 3 years. It take time, and one time they're growing, they're blooming. They have no flowers, blüten. And at the time was the harvest in the Herbst time. He have on one tree, it was an apple tree, also burn. Why I see that? It is not important from what country you're coming or what type of skin color you be or what kind of language you learn in your life. I think very important is that you learn to respect each other. Different cultures coming together, and different cultures have to learn to adjust. This is in a small thing, same so, in a small family, same so, like when you see it global. How can we living together? How can we love each other, respect each other, take care for each other, when we are fighting each other only about different cultures and different languages? There are 2 or 3 languages in the world that are very important: English, French, Russian, maybe Chinese. The 4 languages, I think almost around the world you can talk with some others. Anybody will understand you when he like. My English was very bad. At the time when I arrived in the Philippines is until now.
No, it's
Um,
impossible. No, it's
15 years ago, at the time when I arrived here first in the Philippines, because of decision to change my life. After a part time, I would move on in a different lifestyle. So, I don't speak English. I don't know what is arrive. I don't know what is depart. I don't know what is simple words. What I know is thank you. I don't know what is welcome. That's all. When I take a ticket, when I fly here to the Philippines, after 4 weeks or 6 weeks, arrive also my container what I sent from Germany by ship here to the Philippines, to Manila. Then I said to myself, so what I'm doing, I don't know the Philippines before. I know only there are many islands somewhere in the world along the Pacific Ocean and Sulu Sea, South China Sea, whatever. And the first time I'm strolling around a little bit, looking for some places where I can stay. And then I'm going to Butuan, because I have contact in Butuan with a woman who said to me, honey, I love you. Honey, I love you. After second time where I have contact with her. Then I said to her, is it okay for you when I visit you in the Philippines? Oh yes, sure, honey. I will be so happy when you come here. How we're talking each other. You have a translator. Was very bad translator. I paid this for almost 200 euro at this time. Professional translator. More bad than the Google Translator at this time.
the Google Translator that is new.
Google Translator is usable for many languages.
Yes.
On still to understand, the only thing what you must know is that you have a little bit a good grammatic in your home language. When you're writing like a first classler, the translator cannot help you.
No, you. But you have to write it in the right way. I mean,
Yeah.
in the good.
Yep.
Grammatic.
Also,
That
what is a
really
big help,
translating
and this is what
properly.
what is my experience in the Philippines. The Filipinos same about listen to some others, try to understand. It's very good, very good. Many people try to help me because really I don't understand any language. So it was very hard for me to move on. I was almost 60. And I said to me, what will not bring you forward, this will kill you. So, like that. I would not kill myself, also I start to fight to move on. My first experience in the Philippines was welcome with big transportation and honey, I'm so happy that you arrived now, healthy and whatever, and hin and her, and I was excited that the people are so friendly, really friendly. We don't know this in my home country. We're running in the work daily from the morning up in the evening. We eat a little bit and we're sleeping, watching a little bit TV, and that was contact or communication to some others was only possible on the weekend or when you have vacation time. So about the vacation time, I have more time traveled to Asia before, Thailand, Indonesia, Borneo, Sarawak. So I was fascinated from the Asian culture, and also that is one priority thing, a very important thing from me, what make my decision so fast to go to Asia. I was many years active in sport against Taekwondo. When I have a master, he was from South Korean, Park Sun-nam. I don't know if he is not still alive, because he was now 74.
I think you can find it later. Now it's
I would say to him once again, thank you for that, what you teach me in my life.
I think after
It's
this
not
they will
about.
see you.
This is not about. This is not about the fight. When you have a fight or championship or whatever. I was in the national kader in Germany, and he's standing many times aside me and said, "Come, Dieter, move on. Don't starve on a person who lay on the ground. Reach him the hand, pick him up from the ground, let him move on. Don't hurt anybody who have no choice." That was a maxim for me in my whole life. And that's why at the time when I have my problems in Germany, I want to go to Asia. So Asia is for me a beautiful country, a beautiful part in the world. The people are more careful to each other and respectful to each other. Because I have two sides. Respect. It's why the people are scared that the other will shoot him or whatever. It is always have two sides always. Respect is a thing where you can say it must be that you can living together in a population much more. In the Philippines, 105 million or more.
I think
More than, because many people are not registered until now. But I will say, at last,
that is not include.
it take a couple of years that I can adjust my own culture with the culture from the Filipinos. It's not the same. This is a very different culture, about strictness, about care, about move on, spar, collecting the money, moving forward. I see also here, anybody need a house, anybody like to buy a lot, anybody like to move on in the life, but it's very hard for anybody in the world. So we are the same. The daily fight for the needs, for the food, for the family is around the world the same. When you're dreaming to go on another place in the world where you have a better existence or a better chance to move forward, I will say, when you have enough knowledge, you can do it also in your home country. You must not leave your family. You will not be lonely around somewhere in some cold places like in Europe or in Canada or wherever. When you're missing the warm temperature from the Philippines, you're missing the connection to the family. That is very important. You can have millions. When you stay in another place and you are lonely, you are nothing. So try to have friends. Try to understand the people. Try to explain them in a peaceful way what you want, what you don't like, and they will listen to you also. Sometimes it is hard, or you can select the people who you like. It's also a part of intelligence or whatever. So the most important thing is, when you like to stay in a country, first be quiet, think before you open your mouth. Like me in the first years, I shouting many times over this and this and this. In the same time, I will explain you, it takes time to the old system where you're living before. All is perfect, all is 100%, all is under control. You have to pay for this, you have to pay insurance for this, for this, for this. All is insured. Nothing to have to say. So all the
we have also insurance here, but you
Yeah.
have to pay it. You have
yeah, klar, you have to pay it. In my country also. Our
by your own pocket.
in some other countries, you will have an offer for insurance for anything,
Yeah.
for anything. Well, so then this make the people so how can I say that, arrogant. You know, don't touch me or don't insulting me. I have my lawyer and I will fight you because this will not cost 1 peso for me because I have my insurance, like that. At last, I'll be here now 15 years. I have my beautiful wife here in the back. We're living together almost 13 years. 13 years, eh? Yeah, no, 12 years.
12 years.
12 years. So, my daughter is
She's 13.
13 years. My daughter.
I think you can see it some
You-
of
you
one,
know, I was
one of our
father-
picture.
At the time where I was, although where I'm going to be your father, my daughter was already more than 2 years old. I don't know this. I don't know this. that I have a child with 2 years. But yeah, at the time where I show you first, and I pick her up in my arm. She hung on my shoulder, put the head on my shoulder, and sleep in. She was 2 years, maybe very hot at this day. Or I visit the parents from my fiance at this time in the northern part of Cebu. Maybe somebody knows so good. And so I showed the first time Trisha. Then we pick you up and we're going around in the down, you know. People have to see also that I have a daughter with 2 years, but I don't know this before. She is not my blood. I know my fiance. At the time where she have a child with 2 years, so I said, never mind. Where it's a foot there for 2, there will be a foot also for 3. And this is my maxim because I'm growing also up in a big family.
That
In a big family.
That was not really a big family. Your
5 kids. That was in the
5
Western
kids.
world.
That was not really much.
Compared to the situation what you have now, in the time 1944, I was born 1944, August 18, and you know, this was a hard time after the war. Nothing to eat, no work. Mother was alone. My father was in the sanatorium. Becoming 1947, I show first my father. I was almost 3 years old, and we're gonna see him direct on a
From time to time.
across the window, only at the side from the window. He was on the side, on the other side. We cannot touch him. We cannot hug him. My mother told me only this is your father, because of what? He coming home from the war with open TB, tuberculosis.
Tuberculosis.
So it's take more than 3 years until he have the allowance to go home. The wound und the Narben von all the operation what happened, from the open wounds, from the tuberculosis on the here, on the neck and around, you can see it the whole years as long my father was alive. And yeah, I knows what is hungry. I knows what is cold. I knows what is when you don't have a firewood to hot the flat or whatever. We was immigrants. We was touring out from Sudetenland after the Second World War. Germany lost the war, and all the Germans was settled down in some other countries like Czechia, Böhmen, Mähren, Pommern, some parts of Poland. They threw them out with 30 kilo hand luggage, included the 3 or 4 kids in the age from 3 months up to 10 years, calling the mothers hundreds of kilometers with the kids hand by hand over the demarcation line in the winter time. So I knows what is poorness, I knows what is hungry, I knows the problems in the Filipinos also. Here are many problems.
Yeah, that's
And this is the answer now what I give you. That's why I be here. I appreciate the people how they fighting daily for his needs and for a little bit income, with a singing with the lips, with a smiling in the face,
Not all can smile.
and with an empty wallet.
Yeah, that's right.
That is a very hard life. And it is. I think this is the point why I be so connected with the Philippines. I cannot agree with all what's going on here, but this is not my part. This is a political problem. A change is there for me personally. Is it better now than
The
10 or
previous
13 years ago?
Yes.
President Duterte is for the poor people outside.
He's a good president.
He's a very good president. I can
he's the
say
best
he's a
president.
nationalist. He is there for his own people. That is very important.
Yes.
Very important to take care for his own country, to take care for the people who are living here,
Yeah.
and nothing else. Anybody is welcome in the Philippines as long you respect the culture, the lifestyle. It's a different lifestyle. Don't say, yeah, the Filipinos, they're drinking so many or whatever, and they are crazy in the head or whatever. You must see the history from the Philippines. See, looking at the history, and then you will know why is
The people like that.
some from the population like that. Not all, not so many.
Yes.
They're going crazy because they have a lot of kids. Nobody teach them how to protect his own or his family, so they have to move on in a very hard way. But this is not my problem. My problem is only when I see here some people who have to suffer very badly, and my heart. I lost a lot about that. I lost a lot because I trusted too much in so many people. I will not cry about that. I learn only. But now is it so that we rent a small house. We're going hiking. We're driving in the bicycle. We're going in the mountain. We're going along the river. We have a nice dog watching us. When we're going in the gym, me with my 74 years, I like to exercise here because this is a part of my life. And it's cheaper and give me a motivation to move on, go forward.
Yes.
I have a young wife on my back. I have to take care for her, and I have to take care for my daughter. Trisha,
Yes, that's right.
come here, mas.
But we exercise also here in the house. We have a
Yeah,
fitness bike.
that is the other part. Come here, my mas. Come here, aside from your mother. Sag mal hello
Hello, good evening.
to anybody.
Said,
And what is your name?
Trisha.
I am Trisha
Another?
Arnado.
I am Trisha Arnado.
Hi Trish.
Hydro.
Yeah. My name you forget it always. Huh? You know exactly that I applying for the adoption, eh? You know this. You
But
don't.
we will try. We will process that for the adoption.
Yeah, we are applying for the paper.
Yes.
We need only the last paper. This is the other part. I will tell you this all in the other time.
We will update you on the next
Yeah.
video. Thank you.
Only that you knows each other.
Yes, that you know.
She is my daughter. Die with the flat nose there on the back. She's the one who playing the violin.
Yes.
Let's start here 2 years ago.
Yes.
Sometimes she is very lazy, a little bit foul, but I understand it also because she is now in grade 7, first year high school.
Grade 7.
And this is a lot to learn, and she's upset from the house from in the morning 6:30. She's going out from the house and coming home 6:30 in the evening. I pick her up from the school.
It's a lot also of stress because she.
Somebody asking always, "Is this your Lulu?"
You knows
You're
the
laughing. I'm 74.
No, you knows the people. You knows the people.
But I be his father, okay? She's my daughter, but this is my wife. I'm very proud of my wife. She is now 34. I'm going
Don't mention my age.
in 5 days. I'm
You're
going
older than-
74. And she feeding me. It's the other time. She feeding me vegetable, with fruits. I be sure that I going 100, 110 years. Maybe when another 20. You know, it's Methuselah. He was a relative from me, a human. See you all together, because I must feed my dog. When I like to exercise, I go on the bicycle. I have my home trainer, my home
This is
bicycle.
bicycle.
Because this is a little bit danger here in the Philippines, drive with the bicycle in the traffic, when I don't like to kill myself. So I sit on my home trainer, and I'm driving so 20, 25 kilometer all days, up to 1.5 hour. So silent aside, I let run a good music with my earbuds. And can switch it on very loud. This gives a good motivation.
Yes.
And yeah, it's nice that we stay now here in YouTube. My wife makes some comments on some movies and posts in his own website now. I'm not to film with this, but I try only to help you a little bit to explain. And I want only that you know our family a little bit. So many foreigners who are coming here to the Philippines, they are happy to have a good family, a good home, and at last a home again. It's very important. See you.
Hello, bye-bye for now.
Bye
See
bye.
you next time.
Du kannst da reden, Trisha.
Bye bye.
Ja, bye bye.
She's a little bit shy.
No, she's not shy.
In the school, she have a big mouth.
Yeah, she like to be more in the school, but she have
Yes.
many classmates
She
there.
knows
and
this that she will be blocked. That's why she was shy.
Also,
Bye-bye for now.
my wife is a very good cook. This is a secret. She's so good cook that I lost my teeth. Is it? But this is other story. Bye. At next.
Bye-bye. See you next
See
time.
you. Bye bye.